Hello guys, Sebadom from Planetary Dog Toys here, and I wanted to share a bit of the project that we are developing with Juli. We are developing this project called World Makers. There isn't much information about it right now on the internet because we have been keeping it fairly secret while we were developing it, but currently we are in the printing stages of the first prototype, and since we're going to have a call with a company that will be supporting us in the Kickstarter, we prepared this small demo on how the prototype would look printed. This kind of has a video game vibe to it, the way that it's prepared, and I wanted to show how it would look. So currently we are developing both an action figure line and a big diorama. Both are themed with pirates, right? We're developing an action figure line that is 3D printable, and it's all about female pirates based on fantasy, partially on fantasy and partially on real pirates. And we're also developing 1/12 scale ship for people that want to not only display their characters but also take pictures of them. So since producing them in plastic form, in injection form, would be too expensive for something like this, we thought that it would be great to prepare the files for people to print at home, and they can be printed both in resin and in FDM, in filament plastic. We are printing them and testing them in resin because since it's a big project to develop, the version that we print, we wanted to have the most quality possible, but we know that you can get really good quality with FDM printers. So currently what you can see here is two models here, right? Two pirates. You can see here that it has its boots, its coat, its hat. So this figure is currently, I think, 17 centimeters, 18 centimeters, the standard measurement for 1/12 action figures. So as you can see, the diorama is kind of big. It can hold two characters standing up. So if you turn it to the side, it can actually hold three characters frontally. And I think this part only, it's already a great diorama piece because you can take great pictures, and it's also a great displays option. But remember that a ship is very big. So currently we only have this part detailed. We have actually the whole ship developed. But since we are testing texture, depth, and how it looks printed, we actually wanted to only test the prototype, and then once we have all the brushes dialed in, go in and sculpt all the details in the ship. So as you can see, this is only one side, right? If you saw it from the side, it would look like this. And as you can see here, we have a cannon. So actually these small windows that you have here, it's to place a cannon here. This area is not detailed enough to hold a cannon. For example, here you have wall hooks to place some rope to connect to the cannon that you can see here too. This part of the cannon would be wood, obviously, but we wanted to give it another material so it's more noticeable. But basically, let me turn the other cannon on, and here you can see how the two cannons would look. I think it's a really cool view. And there's some things to fix. For example, here we will need to place this window a bit higher up. But I think overall the size it's pretty good for this ship. Since this is only a cell, we call it, right? Just one cell of the construction of the ship. Here we would have a middle cell here, and then we would have the other side of the ship. And then we would have, in length, we would have 3 cells, and then you would get the back part of the ship, so it's going to be huge. We anticipate that it's going to be 1.10 meters long, and I think between 60 and 80 centimeters wide. So yeah, it's going to be big, but you will be able to get really nice pictures out of it. Also, you will be able to customize it however you please, to add whatever you like. Most of the parts are customizable. For example, I'm going to turn off some parts, so you can see which is the structure of the model and which parts you can later customize to your heart's content. So for example, this is the structure of the ship, right? These parts you can can't change, right? But then the other parts, we will have a few versions. So I will turn on everything. These parts will have a few versions with some holes or some grids, so you can see inside the ship, or some interesting lights can come in. And of course you can turn off the cannons, and you can see all the space that you have for all the characters. So yeah, it's a kind of small update, guys, but I hope you like it. We will have the call very soon, and I'm currently in the process of printing this, so you will see pictures very soon on our social medias. We are setting them up, so we are not sharing them, or maybe we decide to share them later in editing, but we are setting everything up. This will be produced via Kickstarter, funded, sorry, via Kickstarter, so we will have the campaign set really soon, so you guys can follow it and know every update about this project. We're very excited. It's our own very first project with Juli, and yeah, we wanted to share something very cool with you guys. So that's all for now. See you on the next one.